we're back. That's
Hi,
funny.
Cynthia. Good
Hello.
morning.
How are you doing?
I'm
It's
fantastic.
afternoon for me. It's
Okay.
morning for you and afternoon for
I
me.
think, yeah, I think people are joining from all parts of the world. So for some, it's morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, everybody. So,
Wherever you're at, huh?
yeah, so today we have amazing guest speaker. Her name is Cynthia Toet, and I came live on my channel because some technical issue was going on, and all the stuff, all the amazing uh, viewpoints she is going to tell. So before that, let me introduce myself. Who I am? I am Rakhi, and I was an accountant before, and now turned coach, turned author, turned investor. And today we are going to talk something very special on how to build your own relationship with your emotional self. So, yeah, Cynthia, please introduce yourself.
Guess what? I know how to build that relationship with your emotional self. My name's Cynthia Toet, and I'm an author, and I'm a coach, and I'm a speaker, and I'm a tarot reader. Make sure that I get our stories all lined up and just right in the right spot.
Absolutely. So, Cynthia, when the point comes that understand relationship with emotional self, what is it all about? What is relationship with the emotional self?
Their relationship with ourselves is we're constantly looking out there, out somewhere else to figure out how we're supposed to feel inside. But in reality, we're really supposed to look inside to figure out how we're supposed to feel inside.
Okay, so how do we get to know that we are struggling with emotional self?
Our emotional self starts when we're just like when we're born. We get confused because they spank us on the way out, and it's like, what did I do something wrong? And we didn't even do anything wrong. But life is going to prove you over and over and over how wrong you are, and that's by everybody telling us that you're doing this wrong and not doing this right, and that gets embedded into us, and so that affects us by it takes our power away, it takes our strength away by not investing into believing in ourselves, not trusting in ourselves, because the moment we were born we were spanked and not believing in who we are, and then we've been told all of our lives, don't do this and don't do that, be quiet, go to your room, I don't have time to listen to you. Look, who else is coming
Yeah,
in?
Mona is there. She's sending request. Hey,
Hi,
I
Mona.
don't want
Moana.
to.
Hi,
I
honey.
don't want to be on the picture. Let me turn it off. I'm going to
Okay,
turn my face off.
Okay.
sure. Yeah, so is there any way to balance emotional self with ourself?
There is a balancing. It's actually fine tuning. Actually, looking with Moana, can you go off the picture altogether because there's background noise going on.
Um, okay. Um, oh my gosh. I
I
don't
know I'm new
know.
at this
I'm
too.
sorry.
It's okay. I'm brand spanking new. I'm learning
Um,
myself. You
I don't know
can
if there's
leave
any
join.
way you could mute on the other end, but I
There's
don't.
a way that you can leave the join where you can still stay in and watch.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Perfect. That's much better.
Yes,
So
yes.
the question was, is there a way for us to balance our emotional selves? And that
Yes.
is listening to our feelings when we're feeling uncomfortable, when we're feeling upset, when we're feeling angry, when we're feeling like, am I supposed to be doing something else? That's when we really need to be aware of that emotion that's coming in at that moment, and actually try to see if you can locate that emotion within your body to see where that emotion is actually affecting you. And then we have to adjust the story that actually brought that feeling in. It's like if it was um, something that made us sad or upset or angry, we have to go look at the story that we actually fed ourselves and see if we can find I want to fine tune and adjust that story so it can be given to our inner souls or to our inner being, so it's accepted to our soul instead of being rejected. But we have been so used to being rejected from not just this lifetime, but through generations. So our parents have been rejected, and our parents' parents have gone through rejection, and so it's kind of really deep inside of us. And so it's our time to make sure that hello, Louise. It's our time to make sure that we bring a balance within by being aware that that old story came in and brought that feeling in, and to flip the script by bringing a new meaning to it that can bring an ease to our body, to our mind, and our soul.
Okay, that's awesome. So, how may we build a relationship with ourselves? What are the ways?
The ways to building, again, to build that relationship with ourselves is like we're so used to really looking out there for what that we're looking out there for validation, and we really need to really look inside and see what that body's calling for. That's what I mean when I'm saying building a relationship with yourself. You have to feel what that body is calling for. When we get out of our higher vibrational state of mind or being, when we're not feeling vibrant and we're feeling less than whole and complete, we want to double check into ourselves again to feel like what actually brought that feeling in. What was the trigger? What is it that we need to readjust ourselves? But again, it's not about looking out there. It is always about double checking and looking in here. And so what we're doing at that moment is we're building a relationship with our inner self. We're not building a relationship with everything else outside of us. We start building a relationship within ourselves. When we find that better selves within ourselves, we start radiating at a higher vibrational level. When we start becoming okay with who we are as a person, who we are as a soul, who we are as a being, then we're able to operate at this higher vibration where we're able to actually get more things done. We're actually able to have more production in our lives. We're able to operate at such a easy, natural flowing way instead of this chaos, or instead of this, I gotta hurry up and get this done. I gotta hurry up. Oh, I didn't do this, so I didn't do that. Is when we get that state of confusion coming in, we need to go ahead and flip our script around. Flipping the script, the story that we're allowing to come into our mind, the story that we're allowing to come into our being. We have to really give it a new insight. We have to really say, we want to take off that old outfit, that one that's not serving us, that one that's taking our energy away. We want to go ahead and put on this new one. Oh, if I tell myself this, it makes me feel better. Oh, if I tell myself this, it really makes me feel better. If I tell myself this, it lets me operate at a higher vibrational feeling. And so we have to constantly be aware of how our emotions are affecting our inner selves. And that's what I mean by building a relationship with ourselves. It's, when we have a relationship with our mom, and we're always wanting to please our mom, and with our dad, we have our relationship and we want to please our dad. And when we go to work, we want to please those people we work with. And we're always wanting to please everybody. But what we fail to realize is we really need to please us first.
Absolutely. Means a lot of times I have seen that when we are not satisfied with our own self, then we often look at, do I look good? Can you just give me one like? Can you comment on my Facebook? I have achieved 99 likes. Can you give me just one like? Means I will get 1,000 likes. So people are so frustrated. They are so desperate for likes, comment, for validation, for somebody to please, or they are so desperate to please somebody. So before asking another question, let me say hi. Hey, priest of testers. Hey, Leona. And if you guys have any question regarding your relationship with the emotional side, feel free to type on the comment box. Cynthia is here to answer all of your queries. Okay. So, yes, Cynthia. So, my next question is, how are we going to be aware of our own self belief?
That our our beliefs, we have to really look at our beliefs, because our beliefs really have a lot to do with we have religion beliefs, and we have family beliefs, and we have our own internal beliefs, and we have the school structure beliefs, and we have to realize how those beliefs are actually affecting us. How is it and again, it's really about putting our energy. Our energy is out there. We have our energy out there all the time instead of inside here. And when we're looking at all these other beliefs that we're supposed to actually live up to and be, then it kind of like brings this chaos of a moment within our inner selves. It's like, I'm supposed to believe this and this and this. Maybe let's take religion, for example. Like, I could study 3 different religions at one time, but all 3 different religions are giving me a different message. And that different message is giving my internal body, like, going, well, which religion am I supposed to go for? There's only one God, right? And so it is about fine-tuning that belief system, that when we're putting ourselves out there, that belief that's been taught to us, how can we fine-tune that belief so it is actually settling fine with our internal selves? So I'm feeling comfortable. So I am feeling whole. So I am feeling complete, being who I am in that environment. I don't need to
Yeah.
adjust. Yeah, exactly. I don't need to adjust. I need to be me. So that's the emotional awareness, is when we're feeling less than whole and complete, less than vibrant, we need to double check and go, why am I not feeling vibrant? Well, maybe I find out why. It's like, well, what can I do to flip the story that's coming into my inner being? What can I do to take the story that's coming in and being dumped into me? What part of that story isn't settling? How can I rewrite that script so it settles? Sometimes it's the matter is one little teeny tiny word. I will give you an example about that. I am recently divorced, and when I used to say my divorce, it would take me down. It would take me under. I would be not able to get anything done. In fact, I'm going to go right back to bed because I don't want to deal with my day. But I knew right away when I felt that feeling. I'm going, wow. Before I said those 2 words, I was vibrant. I was high. I was happy. I was excited. I was being me. And I'm going, what is it with those 2 words that made me feel less than whole and complete?
Yeah,
One,
Miss Awareness. Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, awareness begins from you. Means at the end, what meaning are you giving to yourself, right? If you are saying that, okay, I went to a divorce, or if you are going through some challenges, if oh this happened, somebody told me this, or I requested my friend to send me one like, but that person didn't. So it's all about ultimately what meaning are you giving to it. If you are giving it positively, automatically it will be visible on your face. But if you are giving meaning to it negatively, it will also visible on your face, right?
Well, what happened with me with the words, it was just 2 words that made me feel that way. And it was which means I was owning the divorce as it was completely mine. And divorce actually has a negative connotation to it. And so it was like 2 words that were taking me under. And I right away I go, okay, those are the 2 words that brought me under. What can I do? How can I look at this at a different way? How can I bring this in so it doesn't feel less than whole and complete? And I changed it to the divorce, and wham, the feeling just changed almost like instantly. I'm going, whoa, that was my lightning moment. It was like, I'm going to say the divorce, because all of a sudden now I didn't own it as mine. It is just something that's happening. And then I took the word as divorce. It's not really a bad thing. It's bad because of what we've tied to it, and I'm supposed to be here forever and ever and ever. But the thing is, it wasn't bad because it was a joint agreement, so we could both go on and live and breathe and be this better person. So it was a teeny word. I changed my to the, and that made
Yeah.
me feel better.
Yeah, means this is a perfect word. I would say that how you can change it, how you can flip it. In fact, within a second, means nothing is bad, nothing is good, nothing is anything until you say what is right, what is wrong. Right? It's all begin with you. So, is there any difference between male and female emotional self, or does men has different parameters of their emotion, or does women have different parameters of their emotion? How? What's the difference between them?
I believe that we all have a masculine side within us and we have a feminine side within us. And I believe that we all suffer from the same emotions. I mean, sadness is sadness, anger is anger, frustration is frustration. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. Happiness is happiness, joy is joy, laughter is laughter. And so it doesn't matter if you're male or female. That's why this emotional self, learning how to love that emotional self, is a journey for all of us. It's not just for one. It's not just for one side. It's not just for one sex. I have masculine in me and I have feminine in me. I may have more feminine side within me than I have a masculine within me, but that emotional self is the same feeling. And so I really, 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 truly myself do not believe that our emotions are different. Thank you very much, Growth of Mind Coach. I
Yeah. Hey,
really,
Sonali.
truly believe, I really, truly, truly believe that we all suffer from the same emotions, and we also all can raise from those same emotions. When I'm laughing, we're all laughing and we're all in play. And when I'm sad and crying, we're all sad and crying. I mean, that feeling, the actual emotion of the feeling is the same. And so
Yeah,
I
means,
really believe, yeah.
means both the male and female goes through this trauma of their own self-doubt, their own relationship, their emotional self-emotion. Everybody has emotion. It's just about your interpretation about your own emotion with yourself. That what
And
meaning
like,
are you giving to it?
it's like when we have doubt come in, I would question that doubt. When I have doubt come in, I go, why do I feel doubt? Am I doubt that I'm whole? Or do I doubt that I'm complete? Do I doubt that I'm not awesome and amazing and beautiful or handsome and gorgeous, depending on if I'm male or female? And so I question those lower emotions when they come in. Even when a sadness comes in or when I feel like I'm crying, I question, okay, I know I'm feeling sad about this story that just came in my mind. And I want to question that story and how it settled in. And what do I need to do? I say flip your script. What I mean is we're taking the story that we're feeding ourselves and we're changing the story around to a better story, a story that actually settles within our DNA, a story that settles in with our soul, the story that makes us feel awesome, the story that makes us feel whole, the story that makes us feel amazing, the story that makes us feel like, hey, I'm one of a kind, I'm special, and I ought to be here, and I'm just feeling so radiant. That's the story I'm always after. Doesn't mean I won't seep into those other stories when the lower stories come in. When I'm feeling say I get angry, I want to question myself. What is the anger? Where did the anger come from? What can I do to flip that script to that anger story? Because the anger story really normally has something that happened a long, long, long time ago. It doesn't have anything that's going on with this present moment. It just says, hey, I know that you're familiar with this story, so I'm going to let you know that you haven't handled it yet, and I'm going to come in here and show you. And so
Yeah,
even though
means
those,
if
yeah,
we
those
go
lower,
through, yeah, if we have this emotional trouble, and just now you said that go meet out to people, talk to somebody about solution. But we also know that when we have problem, we are sharing with somebody, people laugh at it, right? Or they take it neglected. Okay, you just every time you come with the sad news, every time you just blame, complain, and everything. So what kind of people we need, we should approach, we should talk, who can understand us, who can give us meaning, and who can say that whatever you are thinking, be yourself and try to what can you do about it, because there are very rare people like that. Means people leave you with questions or people leave you with doubt, but very rare people will leave you with a solution. with the very rare people will hear you. So what kind of people we should approach when we are going through some kind of trauma or the challenges?
I do believe that people are sharing their stories back to us. So when we're listening to somebody else and the story is full of doubt, that's because that person is full of doubt. And so if we can, because we mirror image ourselves off to other people, so I feel like when that person is full of doubt, if we learn how not to catch it and be aware, going, well, I didn't feel doubtful before this person came into my surroundings or told me their story.
No, what
So
people we should approach? What people we should approach when
we,
we want to talk to, right? There comes a time that we don't have anybody, and the trauma we are going through, challenges we are going through. We want to talk to somebody to hear me, to tell me that what is wrong or what is right. So, whom
you
should
need
we
to
approach? Should
approach people that are on a happier stage, somebody that's going to feed you your soul. You definitely don't want to approach somebody else that's angry or upset or mad or doesn't have their emotional state in mind. If you're
how
one
do
that's
we
wanting,
how do we get to know what kind of people? Because when you see around the world, everybody seems happy, and we feel that okay, this person can hear me, okay, that person can hear me, but in uh, in between, we know that those people are not made for us or not meant for us. So, is there any specific people we can approach to? Because I remember that when I was going through my mental trauma, I was suffering with so much of this mental headache or migraine issue I was carrying. I felt like maybe my eyesight is weak, so I went to shop and I went for my eye checking, and that person told me it's 0.5% off, so you have to buy a new specs. So because it was his selling, so he said okay, do it. I tried this. That time my inter exam was there. So I kept on studying, but none of them told me that because your inner emotional self is imbalanced, that's why that trauma is visible on your head. That's why you're not able to consider anywhere. I said I had no one to talk to. So in this situation, whom we can connect?
well, you can always connect with me. I'm really happy, and I'm very contagiously happy. So, uh, um, but suffered from fibromyalgia for 15 years, which really takes your life away, And the person that helped me was nobody. You know who helped me was me. It was me finally realizing I'm the one that had to see how this information was coming in at me, and how can I readjust the words? How can I readjust the thought process? How can I flip that script around so I feel better as a whole, as a person? Now I was suffered for 15 years of fibromyalgia. That was 5 years ago. It doesn't ever go away, but it does go dormant. And so in the last 5 years, I used to sleep 16, 18-hour days, and now I'm sleeping 6 to 8 hour days. So I'm very, more radiant, and I'm more shining, and I'm actually able to get out here to share my story out to the world, is, to know that our minds are much more powerful than we give it credit for. So when it's taken us under, it is our job to take the thought process in our mind and see what part of it we can change around so we can feel better, so we can take that next baby step to move forward. Because it is a bunch of baby steps for us to heal ourselves, to get out of this lower emotional vibrational self so we can radiate at a higher vibrational self and keep telling yourself you're beautiful, you're awesome, you're amazing, you're awesome, you're one of a kind, special. You were born in this world on purpose, and you have a special meaning. There's no accident here. We're supposed to be here. You're an awesome person, you're an individual person, and you have a one of a kind message to share. That's exactly what you're here for, is to share that gift that you were brought into this world to be. When we get to that point of feeling, hey, I am important, I do have a message. Nobody can shut me up no more, because my gift is mine. Nobody else, there's not a single soul that can share it the same way that you can.
Yeah, Miss biggest Rambad Ilaj I can say is self-talk. Start go before mirror and do self-talk that I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm empowered, I'm powerful, I'm in my most empowering state. So just talk to yourself in a positive way, in the most empowering way. Automatically, your mood will change. Is it?
That's true. And mirror work is a good way to do it. It's like, because like when I'm crying and I go and look in the mirror and I'm crying and I start looking at myself, and you have to really take your eyes and stare yourself down in that mirror and say, what are you crying about? And you start telling yourself, I am beautiful, I'm awesome, I'm amazing. And all of a sudden, or you just put on this little smile on your face, and it starts changing how you're looking within, I don't know, I'm going to say 15 minutes of me doing mirror work. I can actually change my vibrational feeling around from crying to like, okay, I'm ready to handle my day because I just told myself how awesome I am. I told myself how beautiful I am. And sometimes even when I'm doing the mirror work, I'll like, do this with my hair because I'm loving myself. It's like I love myself so much. This is so crazy. How can I, be so sad when I could feel this love so deep inside of myself? How is this?
Start loving yourself, be it your hair, cuddle yourself, the way as much we love other people, we wait of their messages, we gift them. In between, do everything to yourself. On your birthday, why we should wait for our birthday or somebody else's birthday for gift? Means everybody you can gift, you can surprise yourself with a gift, right? You only
That
plan and you order, you forget that, okay, means I have ordered something, suddenly that gift is coming, Amazon knock knock, there's a gift for you, so you will only feel, oh my god, somebody has sent me, the Jesus has sent me, or the God has sent me, and just do something to make yourself happy. So
it, it's
how
we
does your
do.
belief
We,
system affect us? How does this belief system, it is very important, belief system, so how does it affect us?
well, it affects us because we're still putting our energy out there, and we need to take our energy and come inside. The belief system, you can have different beliefs. Your mom and dad are going to have a different belief structure than maybe your school or your next door neighbor. And we really have to, what belief structure makes me feel good? Which one makes me feel settled? Which one makes me feel calm? Which one lets me operate at my fullest level? That's the belief I want to believe. That's the one I want to hold on to.
And what is belief system? What does it mean? Because there are many new people and they might not know what is belief and how does it
Uh,
generate.
well, let's see. The best way, I mean, I also like that. I love God, okay? But when you go to religions, I'm going to go back to that because I studied three religions at the same time. And within 6 months, I was like, really? Each religion was like countering the other religion, like they weren't any good, and like you're with the best. And I'm going, that's not what God's wanting from me. God wants me to feel awesome and amazing. Doesn't want me to be badgering the other person. So, so that's how a belief structure can take you under. Um, or maybe you have one parent that says that you have to do things a certain way, and the other parent goes, no, it's free flow, and I want the best energy to come out of you. You do it your way. And the other parent's going, no, we need it stern, and you have to do it this way, more like military style. And then that one, like, more confines you, it more constricts you. It kind of says, doesn't let you allow to be all of who you are. Not to say that we don't need order, because we do. Not to say that we don't need structure, because we do. But to take those two and to allow it to like intertwine and flow, it's like, okay, I'm going to take a little bit of this structure, but I'm going to go ahead and free flow it. And that's what I like to do when I'm on my lives, is like when people want me to ask them, I got all these questions I want to ask you on my live, and I'm going, I only know how to free flow. Because when I'm free flowing, that's when the best information is going to come out, when we're trying to pinpoint it to this and this and this, I start to stumble because it like almost puts a roadblock there. So I guess out of that, I would put it back into the beliefs. If you're holding on to the wrong belief structure, it's a roadblock. If you're holding on to the right belief structure, it lets you move, it lets you breathe, it lets you live.
Yeah, I want to share one of the story that when I was in Banaras, so there are so many foreigners come, right, near Ganga River. So since childhood, I was very much passionate about foreigners. Oh my God, foreigners are so chilled people. They travel here, there, they are such a lively, this fulfilling lifestyle. And one day I will definitely have friends in my life as foreigners. And from I think for 8 to 9 years, I was just thinking about that whenever my friend will be there, then first person will be a foreigner. But it just time went on, went on, went on, and one day I met with a girl. She was from Holland, and on the road only we met. And there she told me that this is my home. You can come. And there we built connection. I invited her at my home that you can come and we can meet up and we can know each other better. And fortunately she came. I cleaned my home, which I never did, just for the love of that phone. I did everything what I never ever done. And then she shared with me her number, and then I went to Hyderabad. And when I went to Hyderabad, just guess, means almost four majority of my friends were foreigner. So people say about law of attraction, but what I can say that if your belief system is really very strong about that, who do you want in your life, and you have clarity about the path that how are you going to achieve it, then definitely things will happen. Today I am live with a foreigner, and this is one of my biggest dream, my childhood dream. It was that I should be surrounded by my environment, and my friends should be foreigners. So this is your belief only, right? Means I never imagined that today, means after certain age, my childhood dream of seeing foreigners and now talking to a foreigner, it's going to be fulfilled. So that
It's
positive belief system you should have.
It is that our positive belief system actually jump into it. That's what we want to live. To me, I live my life like I'm living my fairy tale dream right now because I want my fairy tale dream to be true. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow, so I'll make sure it's true today.
Yes, so in between, can you share a few of your life stories and the situation from where you come out of your own emotional self, and
Yeah.
how did you come out?
Yeah, my life story does go back to the fibromyalgia. I got married and I had a child, and a couple years later I got fibromyalgia, and for 15 years I suffered from fibromyalgia, which is an illness, a disease, a condition that takes you under, and you can go to the doctors and you go around. I mean, I don't know how many doctors I've been to find my own wellness, and they didn't have the answers for me. They don't really even understand it. And one day some information came across to me in a book that I read back in the 1800s, and I don't have the title of the book, unfortunately, but in that book it gave me information that I already knew, and it had to do with what kind of information I'm letting come into my mind. And what I figured out was I was actually allowing when I became a wife and when I had a child, I was living this story. I was being a wife to a certain structure, meaning I thought I had to be this certain way to be a wife. And so I was putting I took the me that I knew and I put it under this carpet. I put it underneath and said, that me isn't important because I need to fold this new outfit. I need to fold this person as a wife. And then when I had the child, it was like, oh, now I need to be this other person. And so I'm trying to be this mother in a way that everybody else perceives that I'm supposed to be, even though I'm an awesome, amazing mom. I was not being the mom with the vibrant, radiant self that I knew how to be because I was trying to be like big. I'm trying to be stronger. I'm trying to show to the world that I got this. And it took me to be able to take off the mom outfit and to take off the wife outfit that I had put on, to put on my outfit to get well. So I started bringing my story in as I'm not putting any part of me underneath that carpet anymore. If I'm going to read tarot cards, I'm going to read tarot cards because that's what brings my emotional self into balance. If I'm going to be a massage therapist, I'm going to be a massage therapist. If I'm going to be an herbologist, I'm going to be an herbologist. I'm not going to let anybody say that those things are woo-woo or, they're not good enough, because that's part of who I am. And so it was me embracing me. It was me.
Yes, absolutely. Means in marriage,
It,
means I have seen many of the marriages where a girl or the woman is expected that you are made either for kitchen or for having a baby or for taking care of the family, and they cannot be think about that they have their own life beyond all these structures which is given by the society. And she can live her own life, but no, that sociotherapies which they run is that this is how my mother has lived, this is how my sister is living, this is you are also supposed to be, but every person is different. And if you are not allowing me to be myself, why should I allow you to be yourself, right?
so that's actually what got me well, was when I started embracing me. That's the emotional self that I'm talking about. Once I started fine tuning into my emotional self and saying, oh, if I go ahead and feed my emotions what it needs, then I started getting well. I started
Absolutely.
getting my energy back. I started getting my strength back. Why? Because I'm living my life on purpose now. I'm living my life the way I'm supposed to. I'm not fine tuning it and adjusted to live it the way that I perceive that everybody else wanted me to live it. I'm now living it the way that my body, my mind, and my soul says this is what feels best inside of me.
That's amazing because you found that turning point. You felt bad that now I have to do something about it, and you took action. And today you are here. You are serving to many people. In that way, there are many women who still goes through this domestic violence and physical violence, but still they don't raise their voice because that belief is my husband is there. He will take care of my family. He will take care of me. So because of that dependency, they are so dependent on their own husband. They bear their all shit words, their tone, their toxic and everything. So what three things you want to give to those women who are still going through and accepting whatever shit their family is throwing to them? How can they
We
empower
almost,
themselves?
I think we almost become slaves.
Yeah, slaves.
And if we could, I mean, even when I went into my marriage, I I'm gonna cry now because I never ever thought we would fall into that trap, and I'm sure he didn't either, but we did, and we didn't survive.
Smile, smile suits you. Smile.
But what we did do is,
Remember, you are strong, you are powerful, you are beautiful, you are here to serve the people,
right,
you are here. You are a woman of empathy and love and emotions.
what yeah, what we did do is we grew from that experience. What we did do is, like me today, I'm live on here because I have a story that I want to share with everybody, how to flip their emotional scripts around to better. Because we are capable of doing that. We have the mindset to make us so much stronger and so much better. It is what we're telling ourselves every day. The story that just made me cry is because I have a story attached to that was supposed to be different than the way it was. No, it wasn't. It was exactly the way it was supposed to be, because that is what's getting me to speak today, so I can be here for whoever is out there that needs to flip their script or need to tell themselves different stories. I'm here to hold them. I have helped so many people in this magical way by getting them to tell themselves how beautiful you are, how amazing you are. You are awesome. You are one of a kind. You have a special gift, and you have that special gift to share to the world. Embrace that feeling. Love yourself that much, because that's what's going to make a difference in your life, is when we give the love that we're seeking out there, when we bring it in here, that's when we come empowered. That's when we're able to share the love out there that we really are trying to attract back. And when we share that love out there, in this way, the only love that you're going to attract back is that love that you give yourself.
Yes, awesome. In fact, just raise your hand, do it like this. Second hand also. Second hand also, your second hand. And turn it out, clap yourself. Because I'm holding my mobile.
You're so funny. Yeah, I have to give
Yeah.
myself, I have to pat myself on the back. I have to clap and say, look, you did this, girlfriend. It's like I could see this all my life, that I was this person to be able to empower people in this other way. But I didn't see that I had to go through my life journey in order to do it in a more powerful way than ever before.
Yeah, that's good. So, what recommended resources are available if somebody is going through such kind of challenges? Because if you go on online, there's so many articles are there, blogs are there. Read this book, that book, watch this YouTube video. So what are the trustable or means if I go here, then definitely I'm going to get my solution. So what three recommended resources are available?
Uh, are you asking for recommendations? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, means if somebody is going through and that person has not anyone to talk to, so that person often move to online, right? I may watch some
What
YouTube videos, I may read some
if
books. So, according to
if you're
you,
gonna
what
go
they should do?
if you go into an online video and you don't mind tarot, go to Gypsy Medicine Woman, because she only knows how to do tarot to flip the emotion. She only knows how to find the love story. She only knows how to find the happy self. When those lower emotions show up in that reading, she's going to tell you exactly what you need to do to bring that higher vibrational feeling. So if you want to have something online, but I'm sure there's other things. If you're going to go online, make sure you're only going online to something that's giving you positive feedback, because you sure the heck don't need them. You don't need the lower story. You don't need to hear everybody else's story. You need to know what it is that's radiant. You want to know that you're shining. If you want to go to a book, of course, I got a book too, but I'm going to
Yeah,
show you
you can
somebody.
sew. Yeah, you can sew.
I'm going to
So,
show you somebody else's book first, and then I'm going to show you my book. One of the books that helped me a lot is this one. It's Our Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. That's why we have to flip your script. You have to flip the emotional story around to a better story.
awesome, you are an
Feelings,
author. So, what
and
motivated you? What motivated you to become an author?
what motivated me to become an author is because I really want to get my story out there on a bigger level. I want to be able to help people flip their emotional stories around that they're feeding themselves. And what better way than to write a book? Flip your
Absolutely.
emotional story around it better. That's what motivated me. See, flip. Somebody else joined, so I'm showing. And that's what motivated.
Amazing cover, as simple as you.
Yeah, I like color because it's a colorful life that I'm living, and when I every day I go outside and I walk, people wave at me, they smile at me, because why? Because I'm radiant. I'm sharing the color that is here, that we have right here in our world today. I'm sharing it out there to the world. It's like we are a beautiful, awesome, amazing place and an amazing journey. Might as well share the color. That's why my book is colorful, is because I believe the colors help radiate us. I want the colors to irradiate our life to a better story. And then another place to go online is there's this Instagram channel. It's called FlipN Feels. Oh, whose Instagram channel is that? That's mine, of course. But you know what? I go out there and I'm sharing with you what I'm doing on a daily basis. I share with you part of my life, to showing you what I'm doing to keep my vibrational uh, uh, energy up, and me sharing it with you actually raises it even more. It's like, oh, I get to share with the world. Ooh, I get to be a part of me. Ooh, 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 ooh. And so that's another place to go online. And I also have a podcast show that actually talks about flipping these emotional feelings around to better. Or it may take one emotion at a time. Maybe I might talk about sadness one day, and I might talk about anger another day. And so those are places that you could go online to actually support you, to feed you, because they're not going to, those sites are only going to feed you a higher vibrational story to help you operate on a better energy level throughout your day to give you strength and give you momentum.
Yeah, that's
So did I
awesome. So
advertise myself pretty well?
absolutely. So the only solution I would say, the not the only the recommended solution from my side also. So if you guys are going through some kind of this emotional uh, imbalances, or you're not able to understand what exactly bothering you, then feel free to reach out to Cynthia Toet, and her username is FlipN Shine, right?
FlipN Kills is
FlipN Cheerleader.
FLI.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh
FlipN
well. Yeah.
Cheerleader. Go to, or just type Cynthia Toet. You will get her access. You will get her email ID. You will get her link. Just click there and follow her page. This is incredible page. Every day you will get some kind of energy, not just energy, positive energy. Your mood will change. Your life will change, and just connect to her. Okay. So thank you
Awesome.
so much, Cynthia, for joining us, and it was really valuable session. And hope we will meet soon.
Oh, I hope so too. I really am thankful and grateful you allowed me on your show as live, and you interviewed me to get some of this information out so others can hear that, our life isn't as bad as we make it. It's our mind that has made our lives bad. It's our minds that can make our life good.
Life is one, live it to the fullest, the simple thing, okay? Don't live in a misery, don't live in complaints, keep blaming, don't living in the way of complaining, blaming, or that person didn't do something, this person didn't do. Start doing what other are not doing. Start doing with
Yeah,
yourself, start enjoying, start be happy with yourself.
yes, because when we're blaming or we're pointing the finger out to someone else. It's like that's not the way that we're going to flip our script around. That's not how we're going to get better. It's like when we're blaming someone else, you better turn it around and see what it is that you don't want to see about yourself. And I am here for anyone through all of my social media sites. Anybody DM me or they leave me a message in my YouTube channel or my Instagram channel or my website or in my podcast show, I do respond back. I am here helping.
Yeah. So, okay, Cynthia, so take care, bye bye, have a nice day.
Bye bye. Thank you, everyone, for showing up for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.